Hello, my co-creators. How are you doing today? I want to go in on a subject that a lot of people are dealing with, and it's about healing our inner child. And I'm sure you've heard about this before, and if you haven't, welcome to my world. I'm going to say that most people that I work with, and I work as a hypnotherapist, I work as a Reiki master teacher, I combine those two, and then I do something called the deep emotional release. And when I work deeply with these therapies, what happens is that I see patterns. And one of the patterns that I see and have been seeing for the last 20 years is that there are a lot of us, you saw, I said us, that deal with our inner child that is not healed. So I'm going to give you 5 symptoms that will tell us if any of these are correct for you. We need to connect to our inner child. Okay? One of them is, you know, when you have small happenings and then you make a really big deal out of it? You see, these are symptoms. Let's go on to the second one. The second one is when you need to be validated. You need to have constant recognition. It's like you need that attention from the outside in order to feel worthy. On the third, there's a need to control. A need to control everything around you, surroundings, people. The fourth is when we are self-sabotaging. That has a lot to do with low self-esteem as well, and not feeling that you are enough. And the fifth is feeling not seen or heard. Now, there are more. But these are some of the traits that say, if you have any of these, there might be something that you are dealing with, and it might have to do with your inner child that is not healed. And many of you will look back and say, well, I had a great childhood. Nothing really mattered, nothing really happened. But I will tell you that as a child, small things are, we tend to experience them a little differently than we do as a grown-up looking back. And you might be dealing with some of this thing. If any of these 5 ring a bell with you, then I would suggest that there is a session in your future to clear this, to heal your inner child, so you feel whole again, so you feel that you can become authentic, completely opening to being yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Most of us have dealt with this. And I want you to know that you're not alone. So instead of just sitting around and saying, oh, we have some inner child issues that need to be dealt with, why don't you book a session with me? I've done this for over 20 years, so I would suggest for your health and well-being, invest in yourself. Have a time with me. And I know that some of you are going to be coming here to me by recommendation, and that is only because the people that have worked with me see how well it works. Some of you might have to work with me a little bit longer than just a one-on-one session. And some of you have deep childhood trauma. And many of you know that I have worked with a lot of people that have had deep childhood traumas, but very successfully. Again, Rome was not built in a day. Whenever we do end up having issues like this, and we do end up with things that are pretty disturbing, you know, it'll take a little longer time. But if you've had like a normal childhood, but you still have some of these 5 symptoms, look into it. I am here for you. And you can click in the link below so that you can find out more about this. Okay, with much love, over and out.